All I can say is I'm glad I had a backup save. You might be thinking, what the hell is this? Well, this is the Armodullahan. And yeah, see, I just kind of want to show this because, well, first let me talk about this boss for a minute. Like, this is that boss that you can't really defeat. Well, you probably could if you're like super grinded, but all you can really do is you can attack it if you want, but you just gotta run. This is like the one, you know, what do you call it, excuse or whatever. One of those things where you can actually run from the boss. One of the first times you can really do that. And you're gonna want to, because he'll kick your ass. Like I said, with a level 5 death that he has, which I think is, like, this guy is like the same guy it's in, well, a similar guy that's in Final Fantasy 6. I think that one can use Final Fantasy 6. It can use level 5 death in that game too, but I'm not sure. But it's the same general concept. It's kind of where he's from. But yeah, once you run from him, he kind of holds back, and then you get hit by that thing, and yeah, you'll just run into it. Anyways, I wanted to talk about that. I'll tell you why I'm all the way back here. Anyways, I'll meet you after Lanny. So hang on. Okay, guys, welcome back. You may have noticed I just showed the Armodullahan boss. I'll explain that in a sec. I'm just gonna talk to this guy now. I'll explain all that in a sec. Treasure hunter, are you here for the treasure too? Treasure? What are you talking about? You don't know? This excavation site has tons of treasure and rare fossils. You're not here to steal them. No, we're not treasure hunting. Does this tunnel connect to the outer continent? The outer continent? You're trying to go outside? Huh. This tunnel's like a web. I don't even know how far it travels. You'll need to go that way, but it's quite a trip. The only way to go further is to hitch a ride on the Gargant. But it'll lead you to a dead end. If you let it go wherever it wants, that is. So, you navigate the Gargant with that switch over there. What's the relationship between the switch and the Gargants? The switch changes which fountain the water comes out from. Gargants hate water. You can block off the sections you don't want to go to by activating the fountain with that switch. That over there is the number 2 switch. You'll need to trigger it to go over to the other side. I see. How do I get there? Do I have to tell you everything? You can get there on the Gargant, but you'll need to trigger the number 1 switch to do it. I see. Thanks for the info. Yeah, tons of info. Anyways, let's go. So, actually, yeah, I guess I have to show this one because what happened was, I recorded, actually, the last episode we ended right here, right? And in the description of that episode, I showed that, I kind of explained how I recorded the second part, and I actually got out of Fossil Roo. But what happened was, I started recording that part immediately after I stopped the last recording. So I stopped the last recording for part 40, then started part 41's part immediately. So, and for some reason, I decided to have my settings up high, which were really stupid, like the graphic settings. So I switched back to what I had it originally on, and hopefully it doesn't happen, like that doesn't happen again. Well, what happened actually, I didn't even say what happened yet. The whole thing got really laggy. That's a griffin, by the way. Killed that thing now. But what happened was, since I was recording last part while the previous part was still processing on my computer, it just kind of fucked up everything that I was doing with the new recording. So by the end of the recording too, because I went all the way from the last part where we started here all the way up to the exit of Fossil Roo, because there is an exit. That's not spoilers. Yeah, first thing you want to do is go down to the bottom right and grab. Oh, what? Shit. Anyways. Yeah, so it got really laggy. You couldn't even hear the commentary. It hardly showed up at all. And the video and audio was all off, and it was just terrible. Because it was like a 38-minute video, too. So not only was it a long video, it was being recorded while the previous video was processing. So it just fucked everything up, especially on the highest settings. I don't even know why I had it up there. I just thought I'd see what would happen, like how it would look. But whatever, I'm not doing that again. So I switched it back down. I'm going to be recording this episode. I did show the Armodullahan because I didn't get to show that last time. So, like I said at the very beginning of all this, I'm really glad that I had a backup save. It was from when we first got to Lindblom after Pinnacle Rocks, though. So it only took like last 10 minutes or so to get back here. But yeah, I didn't go and do all that like all the talking to everyone and shopping and all that, because I already have that all recorded. I'm not going to keep this file. This isn't going to be my main file. after I get out of this area, I almost call it this temple, after I get out of Fossil Roo, I'm gonna go ahead and just start recording off of that file again. But I'm still gonna show getting everything in here, because it's kind of confusing. This whole area is kind of confusing, but I kind of have my own system for it. So, yeah, first things first, all that shit out of the way, you go down to the bottom first, and then go grab the fairy earrings that we got from that little area. Then we come up to the top, and grab a flower and take the Gargant up this way. Initially, we are going to go back down that way, to go back and progress further, even though that doesn't lead anywhere. I know that sounds confusing, but it's really not that bad. So if you've been following along so far, I went down to the bottom and grabbed the treasure, went to the top, and that's it. So what you want to do, and this is my general rule of how to get through this place. Every time you come across a switch like this, flip it. There are going to be some switches that you're going to have to flip back, but pretty much every time that you come across one, you flip it and then go back the way you came and just see where the path takes you. So that switch, that changes the first path that we went on, the one that led to the fairy earrings. Instead of going to the right, we're going to be going to the left, though. Or is that right? No, or did I change this one? Yeah, no. This one's going to go back to the treasure hunter. No. This is going to go that way, yeah. The left on that screen was the treasure hunter. This one leads over here. I know this sounds so confusing if you don't know what you're doing, but that's just the general rule I came up with. Is always to flip a switch as soon as you find one. That's about it. And you'll get through it pretty quick. You only have to flip some switches just to get certain treasures. But, yeah. And another thing, too, is in that previous episode that I recorded, the episode that I recorded for this, I showed all the enemies that I fought. And I actually did learn some blue magic. I think I only learned one spell, because I think there might be only like 4 enemies in here. From what I remember, there's these things, these disgusting looking things, abominations, which you can learn Night from, a blue magic for Quina. I'm not going to show that because I did learn it in the other one, so I'm not going to show myself eating it. And damn, shit. Silenced her and put her down to low HP. I am going to show these things just because we haven't seen them yet. Technically, we haven't seen them yet. But yeah, I'm not going to eat it because I already have it in my other file. But what Night does is, if you don't know, it casts sleep on all the targets in the battle. That's not what it just used there. It just used sleep or something. Let's see. But yeah, Night will cast sleep on every target. That's including your party and all the enemies. Oh, Paradox. I have to explain that in a sec, too. Hopefully I don't forget that in the next 5 seconds. But I did forget what I was just talking about. Oh yeah, no, Night. Yeah, so it'll use it on all targets except for, anything that's immune to it. It won't hit, of course, but... Oh, silence. Oh, that's what it did. Slapped its clawed hairs. Oh my god, those things are so gross. Ugh. I guess they would count as demons, so Demon Killer, if you have that on, that's good too. Oh, slapped him awake. Slapped him silly. So I don't even know what I have equipped on... Oh man, that's another thing. Oh, okay, actually, that's not a big deal. So I learned a whole bunch of crap for all my characters in that last episode. So once we go back to that after we get out of Fossil Roo, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't shown on screen just because I learned it all. This episode is just simply to go through and show you how to get through Fossil Roo, because a lot of people hate this place. And if it wasn't for the music, it would be kind of annoying to go through here. The dump taking music, as I said in the last episode. Because it is slightly confusing, but it's really not that bad. So here we go, we got another switch, so go ahead and flip it. And so what that's going to do is that's going to flip the switch that we took at the bottom path in the very beginning of the area. So let's hope that this is, I actually hope this is an enemy that we already have fought, but we'll see. What is it? Oh, Seeger Bass. Well, we have technically seen them, but not in this area, so why not just kick his ass? They're not hard to fight anyways. But yeah, like I said, I don't know from what I can remember, all the enemies in here are these things: abominations, feather circles, and griffins. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm not too 100% though, because I can't remember anything else that would be in here. And like I said, I have played this game like a million times. I cannot count how many times I've played this in the last 15 years. Because this game is 15 years old now. Oh, Paradox, I have to explain that. Like I said, I just almost forgot that. So, anyone who was thinking that, oh, you forgot it, well, don't worry, I remember now. As long as nothing else comes up where I have to distract myself from that. Oh, it's such a bad habit doing that, just getting sidetracked. I know I've done that so many times. I'm even doing it right now. I know I've done that so many times in previous episodes. But anyways, Paradots. Yeah, so the Paradots, you may notice that the Griffins drop quite a few of those when you fight them. Well, when you defeat them. The more Paradots you have, the stronger Remu will be. Which, it's kind of similar with all the other Eidolons too. Like, no, I actually can't explain that because we only have one, so I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, the more Paradots you have, the more damage Remu will do. So essentially, you can actually have him do like, you know, max damage if you just kept grinding for Paradots early, like in this area of the game. It's not worth it, of course, but yeah. So now we're back here, flipping the switch back to the other direction, so that way we can go all the way back to the beginning area where the miner is and Stiltskin and Mogkey. So what do you say we go back? But yeah, today I decided to go for a walk, which turned out to be I'd say about an 8 or 8.5K walk, probably 8 or 9, like 8 or 9 kilometers. I mean, I know it's a lot, but yeah, I decided to just keep walking because I felt like going for a walk. So I just kept running, but oh damn! But yeah, I decided to just keep walking, and I ended up walking. I ended up slightly, like I wasn't lost, but I wasn't in an area where, like, I knew the general area of where I was, but it's just one of those places that's like so far out of town and out of the way, and it was like a wooded area where it's like just it was a huge neighborhood of like a rich neighborhood, like just big houses and like small quiet roads, and it just took forever to get through. And I ended up getting back on the highway and walking slightly into the edge of town and then taking the bus home. But what's this guy got to say? Treasure hunter. Hey, you made it this far already? You want to buy something? What do you got? Well, it's not really going to matter because I'm not going to buy anything anyways. Did I say that I decided to use a tent? Yeah, because I did. Just because we were getting low on health. I didn't save, though. Come visit me again. So yeah, first thing you want to do is go up this way. You may not notice it. So for some reason, people don't notice that there's actually stairs going up this way. But there's stairs going up this way, so go up that way. We're only up to 14 minutes. That's not too bad. There's about 3 battles or so I have to kit out, and that's like a minute and 10 seconds each or so. Yeah, I did flip the switch, like I said. Just follow the rule, flip the switch every time you go in here, or every time you see a switch. So first, let's take this Gargant. Yeah, it was a long-ass walk. My feet were hurting, because I wasn't walking in good shoes, and I kind of, like, once I got too far, I was like, well, there's no turning back now. And that's the thing. That's the reason I slightly didn't know where I was going, because I didn't want to just take the same path back. I knew there was a faster way if I kept going. I just had to find a way out back into town, out of that foresty area. But yeah, so flipping the switch that way just takes you up here. It'll allow me his tiara, which is actually a very nice piece of equipment for girls. It teaches Dagger like float and float and confuse. And yeah, it's only for women, but Quina can actually equip it if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Oh shit. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he/she can. So I don't really care about Dagger's equipment right now. It's not going to matter. Yeah, the interesting thing about Quina is that he/she can use some like women-only equipment, and there's also attributes to he/she that, you know, make them male as well. So it's got the both. Like, I think I explained it in the original recording of this, but oh crap! Do I flip the switch and go back that way, or do I go down first? Well, let's see what this way takes us. Oh, okay, yeah, no, never mind. I'll explain that once we get to it. What was I even saying? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I wanted to go on to something else anyways. But yeah, it was like, I left it like, when I went for my walk, it was like, just before 2 is when I went, 2 p.m. I ended up getting back home at like, just before 6. So it was a long ass walk, and I was just walking the whole way. Well, except for on the way back, which I took the bus, you know, like 20 minutes back home. I got off at the mall, like near the mall. And, well, actually I'll explain that in a sec. So there's a switch up there. We're not going to do anything with it yet. So first, let's go up here. Get hit back down from that water fountain thing, a water spout. And you're basically stuck underwater until you press X, so and we go up the ramp. That path down there that leads to, you know, when we first got over here and there was that treasure hunter who was selling stuff and there was the stairs going up and the path going to the right or down to the right? That's where this leads, or that leads, that down path that goes, there's a Gargant down there that takes you over to that down path. So if that makes any sense. Wow, I can't believe you made it this far without getting hurt. This is my territory. Go dig somewhere else, bitch. I'll let you excavate here in exchange for a potion. In exchange for a potion, huh? Sure. Thanks, buddy. Excuse me. So, this little mini game, well, it's not really a mini game, but you have a pickaxe now, and you can just basically dig wherever there's an exclamation mark, which is pretty much everywhere. You can dig up here and down below, down there. You can actually get quite a few good things. You can get ores and like high potions, and there's a ring you can get, an accessory. It's like I think it's Madane's ring or maybe a promised ring. It takes a long time to get that, but so I'm not even gonna bother. And you can get it later on, so it'd be nice to have it early, but it just takes way too long to do that. So what we want to do is go over and dig here. Cool. What the hell is that? Wait, didn't we hear that there was a Moogle trapped behind a wall earlier? Kupo. Yeah, and this is the thing, you have to just keep digging in the same spot. Kupo! He was stuck in a dinosaur's mouth. So this is Kupo. But yeah, the digging, you have to keep digging in the same spot to find things, so it's basically just random. And it can be you can be here a long time. So anyways, Magnet. I have a favor to ask, Kupo. I want you to deliver the letter to Kupo. So, you want us to deliver a letter all the way to a guy in Alexandria? So we won't be going there for a while. Thanks, Kupo. I'm not Kupo. You want me to deliver a letter to Kupo? What? So what's he got for his mug shop? Oh, just items. Just like the other guy. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, we're not going to save again, like I said, so let's just get going. Give this guy back his pickaxe. I've had enough. I've had enough of you. I don't want this video to be like a 20-minute video, but it's probably going to be. It's like, I know that I just don't want my videos to be that long, and I know I've had a few that were even longer than that. It's just, okay, first things first, I'll talk about that in a sec. I always say that, I'll talk about that in a sec. There's a survival vest down here, which I used to think that was like near the end of the game, or the end of the... Shit. Oh yeah, we gotta go back now. Like the end of the Fossil Roo, and we are near the end, believe it or not. It's not that big of an area, especially if you just follow the general rule of flip a switch every time you see it. Except that just doesn't apply for this one here. Don't flip this one when you first see it. Actually, it doesn't matter. I can't remember. Anyways, warning: you will be shut out once you flip the switch and go outside. Treasure Hunters Association. So go ahead and flip it. You'll see switch 3 or course 3. Flip that switch to the exit, and go down this way. Take the fast path down by getting sprayed by this thing. Anyways, so let's go down this way. So since we flipped that switch, this would have led us over to where the survival vest was, if I'm not mistaken. But now that we flipped it, oh my Jesus. Everyone's so quiet. Where's Vivi's head? Oh no, he's dark. He's blind, that's why. But yeah, now that we flipped that switch, this will take us to the exit, instead of going back to the survival vest area on the other side of the treasure hunter's little zone. But yeah, you might have noticed I kept that in where I said, where's Vivi's head? Because I had no idea. I thought it was just like some glitch. I was going to keep it in just because it's like, well, that's so funny, but I was blind. That's why. There's a dragonfly fossil there. But anyways, yeah, this is the end of Fossil Roo. So, yeah, this is it. I'm just going to leave you here at this episode because, like, hey, that's cliffhanger, right? You're so eager to see what's on the other side, right? But anyways, we'll just have to wait till next time. So, next time, will we find out what's on the other side of this place? Is Kuja out there sunbathing? Have Zorn and Thorn learned from their evil ways? Will Quinn ever eat frogs again? Find out next time on Final Fantasy. No.